Over here, success. And success is subjective, but our version of success, our own skate park, our own store, our own life, our own girls and guys, whatever, we're welcome to everything, and just hanging out and killing it. I'll get more descriptive and detailed.
Okay, just to let you guys know, this entire video is a conversation between me and John, and the whole conversation was, I felt pretty good, so I didn't really take that much out of it because I thought a lot of the stuff in it that was said was, I don't know, just needed to be talked about. You guys know before I have done videos like this where I go on like a long rant. Me and John have these kinds of conversations all day long, and I've gotten some good feedback on these types of videos, so I did another one. Here it is. It's a conversation with just me and John about future of skateboarding. We're trying to get to that no jumper Alfredo Mancuso level. Those guys at the On Some Shit store,
they're crushing the game.
They
dude.
crush it.
Skateboarding doesn't have what those guys have.
Yeah.
And we're skateboarders who have some of what they have, so we might as well get all of it.
Well, yo, listen. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Bless you.
God, my skin looks like it's like filtered.
Yo, maybe I should start a new series called Conversations with John and Dale.
Cool. We got stuff to say.
And we're not just being idiots on camera.
Yeah.
Dude, because the BMX community is not. Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Blessed be thy name. Aren't you?
Alright, here we go. BMX community doesn't have what skateboarding has. So I've talked about this before on my channel. Skateboarding alienates itself, and there are these separations, there are these groups of people that are holier than thou.
I think BMX does have that. It's not those guys, but BMX does have that, I think.
Yeah, but that's not the success. Alfredo was telling me that it doesn't. I mean, I'm sure it does, but like,
remember those bikers we ran into in Corona? They were like, yeah, there's definitely people who hate the YouTube version of what's happening.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. From my understanding, BMX, their scene is nowhere near as big as skateboarding.
Yeah, right.
And skateboarding is kind of...
So it's like easier for them to separate themselves from, like the YouTubers, it's easy to separate themselves because it's such a small group.
Right.
They become the successful ones quick. Skateboarding has a huge number of people who are cool and exclude and alienate people.
And the mainstream side can pretty much carry it's been able to carry itself for the last like 2 or 3 decades. But like the YouTubers, No Jumper, Alfredo, like all those guys are like on top of the BMX game. So the YouTube seemingly, from what I know, seems like it took over the BMX side.
Seems that way.
It seems that way. I don't know because I'm not a BMXer, so don't quote me on that. And I know some kid in the comments is probably gonna be like, "What, dude? You don't know what you're talking about, man."
Yeah. But no, skateboarding right now. There's like a little.
There's a lot of stuff going on in skateboarding, stuff that's going out of business, and stuff that's happening behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about it. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't think it's my place to talk about. But
like the details.
Yeah.
Skateboarding is just on shaky ground right now.
Very shaky ground.
And there's like a few people who are kind of like bringing a new idea to skateboarding and like showing a different outlet, which I think are the YouTubers. I mean, to be completely frank.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out when there's like companies that we're used to going under. Like big companies that a lot of people out there probably watch now, they're going under soon. Yeah. And it's like,
but it's
weird.
It's funny because like 2 weeks ago I saw Monster Energy post a video of they were a day out skating with Nija.
Okay.
But it's funny because like, I mean, although YouTubers, the YouTube community would know who Nija is, but it does, in that video it did get a lot of views. Okay. But like no better views than like what you get. Like YouTube community is loyal to the YouTubers. They don't care for and it's not that I don't think people hate on people outside of the YouTube community coming into YouTube. Yeah. But they don't. It doesn't interest.
They don't resonate with them. Yeah.
Right.
If you can't hear when there's so many people that skateboard, what's the only thing that's going to separate them besides Nija, who's clearly better than everyone?
He is better than every single.
That's what separates him and Shane O'Neill and P-Rod. But what's going to separate the rest of the skaters out there who are all seemingly equal to people who don't skate that much? Personality.
Yeah.
And
relatability,
exactly. And that's what,
like, if we can talk to each other like this through the internet as other human beings, like that's what's gonna set us apart and that's what's gonna carry us.
Right, and a lot of people in skateboarding have been brought up in it to think that they need to be quiet and more badass.
Alienated.
And alienate people.
They alienate themselves, that's what I was talking about.
Right, and we were grown up that way too, but we just kind of chose at last minute to be like, dude, let's have a conversation.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think like we grew up. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a very childish mentality to have, to alienate yourself.
And I totally did that too. I was like, I was kind of a prick. I mean, to be honest. And then I was like, oh wait, we should be nice to everyone because it's cool that there's outside people who are interested in skating. There's no there's no reason we should hate on Lil Wayne or Justin Bieber for wanting to skateboard.
No.
But we do.
I don't,
or Rihanna for wearing a Thrasher shirt.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if anybody wears Thrasher.
Yeah, it's not like, it's all a business. At the end of the day, when you feel a personal interest to Thrasher, you're just feeling a personal interest to the way they market.
Right.
With YouTubers, you actually are getting a personal interest to a person. Well, because that makes sense.
Well, because like this, you're marketing so personally.
Right.
You're literally, it's straight up. It is what it is.
All the people out there who are watching, their time, and if they invest in some of our product, their money is going literally to such a known source. They know exactly what they're spending their money on, or their time.
Right.
So it's so easy. Like for me too, all the product that I buy now are from YouTubers that I'm stoked on.
Right. Well, and it's funny, because people know where that, and when the money goes to me, they know that it's where it's going. They see it every single day. Like it's going to my bills. It's going to my rent. Like that's what it's going towards.
Yeah,
you know?
It's so funny.
So I can just keep doing this. It's not going to like, it's not like behind the scenes stuff where it's like a huge corporation. You don't know what they're spending their money on.
Right. You're not like super Gucci'd out the next day like, oh guys, I saved your money for rent, I swear. Then you have like new rings. Basically skateboarding is on shaky ground right now, and it almost seems like it, I don't know.
I don't know what is going to carry the main side of skateboarding if it's on like where it stands.
And I've even heard a few new companies come in and their marketing ideas to be like, yeah, we're gonna keep it OG, and it's like, that's how you go out of business as fast as possible.
Oh yeah.
To keep, basically you're saying, we don't like the change and we don't like seeing all the new that's happening inevitably. Yeah. So we're gonna go against the grain.
Basically what you're saying is like, I'm gonna continue to read the newspaper to like...
Exactly, to like prevent TV from growing.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'll just keep reading the paper. We're gonna start a new newspaper company because...
Right,
and not post it online.
Well, dude, I used to be heavy for the like the VX and stuff, and like now when I think of it, now I'm like, I think the VX is sick, and it definitely has its like place in skateboarding, and I think it always will. But it's like, dude, you don't use a stone and like a stick to make fire anymore. We have lighters now. Why would you not use a lighter? Like you're just gonna go out and make a fire with stone now because it's like cool to make fire with stone, even though it's gonna take 12 hours maybe to do it because you don't even know how to do it because you're a millennial. Right. Yeah, you gotta separate pride and practicality. And when there's a new technology or something new like HD cameras, it's very practical to use it and it's universal and people understand it, so why not go that way? It's not like you're like, I'm giving up and going with the trend. It's like, no, you're going to something that actually works better and helps people better. Right. So like, yeah, so the people who watch the YouTubers compared to the people who still go to the industry, it's like, why wouldn't, like, how can we hate on anyone for liking YouTubers and liking what we do when we're giving ourselves fully, which sounds weird, like, I don't know. We're showing our personalities 100%. There's a reason that people are attracted to that, and there's a reason that skateboarding is struggling right now for being like, we're too cool for everyone. Yeah. Because they're not. I try to only talk about factual stuff on my channel and keep the facts here. This is the only stuff you will ever hear me voice an opinion about. Right. It's like this depth of like skateboard talk. Right. This is opinion. Yeah, we're saying where we think it's going because it seems inevitable. Right. It seems like there's this new, like, skateboarding is basically just this like, well, dude, think about it. Think about it. The biggest company of its time went out of business at its peak. Who? Alien Workshop. Right. Everybody left. Everybody went to new companies, and not all of those companies are doing good at all. A lot of those riders still don't really have homes, and a lot of those riders the companies aren't even doing that good. Yeah. Like, they started new companies, and the companies are cool, and people support it, but they're not sustaining as a company. Right. We know that the average pro is poor. Right. Like, I just gotta let you guys know that like 90% of professional skateboarders are poor. They make minimum wage. Yeah, if not less. Yeah. Which is cool. That's fine. Yeah. But like, I mean, I would rather not have to worry about where my next paycheck is gonna come from to be able to skate. Exactly. Rather than like if I wanted to be a pro skateboarder and make minimum wage. You're good, man. Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Rather than just make minimum wage and be like, okay, like it's so insecure and unsure, and that's like, what is wrong with getting a little extra money? Yeah. Oh, nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. What's like, I don't know why people hate on that so bad. Yeah, ask someone who makes very little money and struggles really hard in life, and be like that dude will tell you that money is good. The guy who needs money to survive, give him money and he'll tell you it's good. Yeah. Also to grow, Bill Gates. I think that's always a good example. Is like, what does Bill Gates do with his money? Funds these huge charities with millions and millions of dollars and helps so much
And like, it's not that hard for them. It's a flick of a pen, but at the same time, there's so much that comes out of that.
Yeah.
That's when money is important.
Yeah.
People don't like to think that because they want to think that they can help without it, which they absolutely can.
Well, because there's such a stigma attached to money. Like,
there is.
If you're like a sellout, then you're like,
yeah.
I don't even know, like, why, like, I'm trying to piece it together in my head right now. Like, if you're a sellout, you're like a bad person or something, or you're like, you're not like staying true to like yourself. But like when you really break it all down mathematically and analytically, like, you're not staying true to yourself in what sense? By what self are you not staying true to? The self that you identified with as like, because if you identify yourself with a thing like skateboarding is who I am, then like that's a false sense of self already.
Right.
You're already setting yourself up for failure. So if
right.
you want to like make more money one day and like be of more service to other people with said money and do bigger and better things, you've already set yourself up for failure by identifying yourself with something outside of yourself.
Good point. It's almost pointless now, but at the same time, yeah. With the money thing too, it's kind of the way that you sell yourself with it. With someone like H3H3, they're rich. H3H3 makes a lot of money, but they carry themselves as like people who don't. They always make jokes about being like, damn dude, I rode first class today, that's insane. It's like, no, those dudes could buy first class every single day. They make a ton of money off YouTube. They're actually rich people. Right. So, and they don't identify themselves as like, and you look at them as an example of like how to be rich and how to live. It's like those dudes have a really nice house, they're loaded, and they take sponsor deals all the time. Like every episode's like, we want to thank our sponsors. They do like 2-minute rants about their sponsors, but nobody ever sees them as shameful. But Casey Neistat comes out and says one thing, it's like,
what is that? What is that?
I don't really know. I mean, I guess it's just the way you carry. I mean, he can joke about it and be like, I think people relate to the way H3 looks and feels, and he seems like an underdog. Right. And Casey Neistat being ugly, it worked a long time for him to be the underdog. Right. But now he's like hanging out with models all the time, looking all, I don't know. It's weird. Like if H3 tomorrow bought like fancy clothes and rings, then the hate would start. Because he becomes unrelatable. But he's just as rich as any celebrity out there.
He does keep it pretty real.
He keeps it very real. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Who's to say that Casey doesn't keep it real?
I think he seems like he does. He seems like he's been like that since day one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's like, yeah, people who like hate on, I don't know. People who say like H3's real, it's like, yeah, they're very real. They make 60 grand a month or something like that. Like, Jesus Christ. So, anyway.
Thank you guys for watching. You guys, John's heading out. John, thank you for participating in that conversation with me. Fun. Let's do more of those. I think people enjoy them. I don't know, do you guys enjoy them? You said you've enjoyed them before, but if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments below. Also too, this is a conversation. Please comment below and let us know anything you want to add to this conversation, anything you think. I want to talk about this kind of stuff. I am active in the comments and I will respond. Can you get demonetized for saying dingus?
Oh wait, dingus means kangaroo.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, all right. Baby kangaroo. Let me turn the camera back on so we can give dap. But thank you guys. You know what's up. Thank you for liking, commenting, watching, and subscribing. Oreo gang.
I told you 8!
Oh my god.
I am the one, the way your son don't.
Dale, you know how to do this better than I do, right? Tell the truth.